Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We got Fed Jerome Powell live in a few moments, giving a speech about potentially emergency rate cuts as every market sells off, as every asset sells off, apart from XRP. And many other meme coins as well. XRP, we regard this as a good quality asset. We've covered it on our show. It's the only crypto I cover, saying it could go to $10. We stand by that. However, seeing it rise today is very strange. Cannot understand what's going on. But if I share with you the overall crypto space, when every other asset is going down the toilet, apart from GameStop, would you believe, that's going up today. And they've just watered down and diluted their stock to simply buy Bitcoin. It makes no sense. We got one here called grass. Yep, smoke some grass and you can make 26% when the greatest economies and businesses in the world go to zero. I don't understand it, but it's what's happening. And it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Some people are saying in any moment we could get a tariff reversal and it'll all go back up. Yes and no. There's a lot of damage being caused here, and people don't understand when they're saying they're not stressed and they're not worried. They feel it's all okay, and it's not okay. It really isn't okay at all. What's happening is crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous, and millions of people are suffering today. And to say it's all good, it's just a game. It's not a game. Not a game for real people. So anyway, there we go. It's a live phone in. You can be live on the show today. If you've got an opinion and you want to share it, you can. I'm going to open it up to everyone, members only, of course, because we don't want fake accounts and bots and trolls and scammers calling in. But there you go. I'm gonna do this for you now. So live video phone in as we wait for Jerome Powell. Live video phone in. Please let me know you are calling in first. Put that in the chat, and members only. Okay, there we go. Live video phone. So if you've got an opinion, if you want to have a say, then please do. There it is. How many of you are in? 88% of you are invested. 12% are on the sidelines of your cash. I wish you the very, very best. If you are calling in, let me know. I'll pick up the phone to you. We've got 10 spots. 10 people can call in. If you want to rant and rave to yourself, that's fine. But if you want to actually have a voice and be on the camera, you can. We've got Kent Paranormal calling in. So I'm going to put you in guest spot number 1 for the moment. Kent Paranormal wants to call in. So let me just bring you on the camera just to introduce you for a second, just to let everyone know they can call in. Kent Paranormal, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. My camera ain't very well, is it?
You know, it's a little bit low resolution. You haven't got much bandwidth there at the moment. It might fix itself. But how are you this morning, Simon?
Do you know what? I'm so fed up, right, with a lot of the comments of people going, "Oh, it's no problem. You know, we love this. We're buying the dips. It's fantastic." That's really annoyed me because, like you said, there's so many people out there that lost so much money. I have lost a little bit because I stopped a bit, but
it's a lack of understanding and it's a lack of empathy. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going, "This is great. We love seeing this." You know, the markets are going down. They don't understand. They've never left their homes. They've never traveled. They don't know what it means around the world. People losing their jobs, businesses collapsing, whole communities being wiped out. But as long as their fart coin goes up and they got more XRP, that's okay. It's a lack of knowledge. But you know, we're giving everyone a voice here. Everyone can celebrate or commiserate. But yeah, we will call it out where we find it. But thank you for calling in. I'm going to If you want to stay on the phone with me, you can. There's going to be more people, I'm sure, going to call in.
I'm going to go, but all I want to say is let's just hope and pray that the Fed can do something.
Yes, but emergency rate cuts aren't good either. You know, the one thing that Trump wants is the rates to come down, but nobody wants them come down because they're forced to. Trump's style is bully and force to make something happen. And it's not good policy to react like this, because you could lower the rates and then Donald Trump says, I'm taking all the tariffs away. And then everyone goes, oh, no, now we're back to normal again. And then the Fed is supposed to what? Put the rates back up again. Well, this is not how we run the world. It's crazy. But we shall see what happens, mate. But thank you for your thoughts. Thanks for calling in. And I really appreciate you sharing the fact that you're not happy either with these comments. Just people going, it's all okay. It's not okay. It's selfish.
No, Martyn, stay strong. I feel your pain.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Simon. Thank you. There was Simon there calling in. Simon knows what I'm feeling. Many of you do, I'm sure. But this is a day for crazy people. Day with no sense. There's no sense here whatsoever. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I've been getting messages from people saying that they don't like the fact that I'm saying, if you don't understand that I'm being unfair. You don't understand is your lack of knowledge, not mine. I understand because I've traveled the world, and too many people have never left America and think this is fine. They don't know. And to be fair, they just don't know. They haven't got the experience to understand firsthand what this actually means around the world. This is no joke. This is really no joke. And because your Binky Bonk coin is up and your fart coin is up and you don't think it's a problem, doesn't mean there's not one. There is one. And the way the country is being run at the moment is absolutely lunacy. And don't think that taking the tariffs away in 5 minutes fixes everything. It doesn't. Relationships are being destroyed. I'm looking at some information coming in that countries around the world are doing deals with each other to avoid America completely. They don't want this uncertainty, unreliable mismanagement of the way the things are done. So don't think that this is all good because you can buy Bitcoin and Fartcoin and your XRP is going up. It's not good. I'm very pleased that XRP is up for people. I've been supporting my XRP audience. I've been making hundreds of videos, thousands of hours going live, covering this, supporting people, telling people XRP can go to $10, saying it's the best crypto out there. It is. The rest of it is rubbish, but this is real. Thank
Donna
you.
B has become a member.
Thank you so much indeed, Donna B, for your support. This is great. However, to sit and gloat and going, I'm okay, it's going up, I told you so, is ignorant. And I'm sorry, if you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know it. I mean, all I can say is it is what it is. But this is not a good day. Not a good day for America. Relationships are being set on fire. So anyway, we're waiting for Jerome Powell to speak. He could be speaking at any moment. He's scheduled to speak at 10:25, which is in 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep all the feeds. It may or may not be broadcast. We hope it is, but we are on standby for it. So we're keeping everything going.
First of all, you should recognize that policy will change. Markets matter.
What I'd like to do is spend the next minute to share this news out, because if we get rate cuts today, doesn't mean it's a good thing either, folks. It helps my initial margin, but that's not really what it's about. It's not about me. If I lose everything, I lose everything. It's life, right? But I'm just investing in America when no one else is. So anyway, I'm going to ask you to tap the like button. Let's get 1,000 likes in 1 minute. That's the biggest we've ever done. You ready? Let's do it. $1,000 likes. 1,114 people. $75.
Jesse Spencer has become a member.
Thank you, Jesse. Tap the like button. Let's get 1,000 likes in 1 minute. $176, it's going up. 176. Smash the like button if you just tuned in. Jerome Powell live. Are we going to get emergency rate cut? $1,173. Rate cuts around the corner. Smash the like button. The reason why I'm asking you to tap the like button is to share this out to more people. Please take part in today's show. 294. Markets obliterated. XRP still rising. $300 likes. We're waiting for Jerome Powell. Tap the like button if you just tuned in. We're waiting for Jerome Powell. Emergency rate cuts, maybe. Okay, how many we got now? 357. 1,300 people watching live right now. Tap the like button. We're moments away from Jerome Powell. XRP is pumping. Stock markets are collapsing. I've lost 36 grand in 3 months. $391. Okay, welcome to the show. Our first guest, it's Alex calling in today. Alex from England. How are you, mate? What a day this is. XRP, Binky Bonk coin, fart coin exploding when the US economy and economies around the world are collapsing. What do you think of that?
I can't stop laughing. Like literally, I got my notes from last night, and I could see that it hit every single price that I studied in my analysis. You know what I did? As soon as I started laughing, I had a realization. I just threw this notebook on the floor, stood up, went for a little bit of water, and had some rethoughts. Now, I don't want to cause any confusion to our viewers. I'm not laughing because this is a joke. I just ended up the phone call with my family in Greece. Things are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Things are terrible right now across the whole world.
Yeah.
But
This is
mainly
what makes me angry when people say they don't understand when I say because you think this is okay, it's not okay. This is not a good opportunity. This is bad, and you've not travelled the world. And I know. Thank you for sharing with me. In Greece, that'll be one of the countries hit first.
Now, on the phone call with my family, I said absolutely it's not fair for one country to get taken advantage, to be treated like bad or anything. I wanted to share my opinion about what I see with Trump is that he has an ego. At the same time, he stands his ground against every country that has taken advantage of America. I don't know exactly the percentage of the tariffs that Greece has against on USA, but in my opinion, it's not fair if Greece has. I'll make an example right now. I don't know the stats. If Greece has put 100% tariff into USA, you can't turn around and say, "Oh, I'm smart now. I'm taking advantage of a big country." And don't expect USA to retaliate back. Right now, I know that the tariffs that USA has put on Greece is 25%. What I believe it should be percentage of tariffs I put into USA, that should be back. You can't, and I made an example, the same example to my mother. I said, you can't charge me for this bottle of water €50 or $50 or £50, and I can make it in USA, for example, and sell it for 50%.
Sorry to rush you, Alex. I know you're sharing what your thoughts. We've only got a minute or so before Jerome Powell speaks. So just please give me your last thoughts on this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No worries. I wanted to say that it should be equal. We should never try to take advantage of another country or not wait for a retaliation. I know this is really bad what is happening. Just wanted to make sure, Martyn, there has been a misunderstanding between some comments before, between Stacey and someone else, I can't remember. What I believe Stacey wanted to say is that with what is happening with the market, even the people who are prepared, even the people who haven't invested or anything, they don't even know what the answer is on what's happening. I didn't believe that she made the comment to look bad or anything. She just spoke in a metaphorical way.
Well, I didn't see that comment, but I mean, there's thousands of comments. I can't keep up with everything. But thank you very much for explaining that. If there was any confusion, we don't want any of our members left behind. Stacey is one of our dear members, dear family members, has been for a long time. And if Stacey's upset or confused by anything that's been said by me or someone else, or there's been some confusion, I hope she calls in and has this conversation. Thank you for putting some clarity on that. Thanks for calling in.
Always
you can stay with me.
help, Martyn.
Thank
I know
you.
it's frustrating because right now you're losing a big percentage of money, of your hard work and everything. just here to help you. You're on your own. It's not easy to make the video calls, the chats, the information, the analysis, and everything that you do. It's a lot of work for one person, and just wanted to assist you on that.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate your friendship. Appreciate you calling in. Thank you very much indeed. Right, we're getting ready. We've got the phone line is going to remain open. Anyone can call in. Jerome Powell is about to speak live on the show. We're going to have Jerome Powell. This will be very, very interesting. You cannot afford to miss this. Are we going to get rate cuts? So you can see XRP. It's incredible, really. The whole markets, everything is being sold off. Don't expect political rants from Jerome Powell. Don't expect him to come out and mention XRP, please. I know people want that, but that isn't going to happen. Don't expect him to come out and run Donald Trump down, but he has got a big pressure now. Is he going to reduce rates? I don't know. I don't know. He can make a statement in seconds. 5 rate cuts are being priced in at the moment. All right, it makes no sense. What you're watching now is markets being sold off all over the world. It's absolutely unbelievable. Businesses being wiped out, all for some bigger plan to bring the markets down to lower rates. It's not the way to run things, but we shall see in time. Will it all make sense? The trouble is rates might come down and markets rally, but most people will be left behind. Most people will lose money. The rich will get richer. Most people will lose all their money. And be very, very careful if you are buying this pump on XRP. It's a really, really great asset to own, but buying it on the back of everyone selling everything is a very big gamble, and this could go down 50%. I warned it yesterday. No one's paying any attention. They think just keep buying when the whole world's selling, but they're not selling XRP. You're buying XRP. They're selling the economy. It's an entirely different thing. We're just moments away now from Jerome Powell.
The markets are pricing
Stand by.
another 50 basis points of cuts than they were a few days ago, and at least another 25 seems to be sensible to me.
All right, Randy, thank you for joining us. Head of the Fed Chair, Randy Krasner. The other thing, Carl, it's impossible for Fed Chair Powell to know, just like it is for us and for investors, is just how much room there is to negotiate. I mean, look at right now on word that the president puts out about a very constructive conversation with Vietnam where they're offering 0 tariffs, and the market comes back. It's still down 3%, so I don't want to downplay it, but we were down more than 4% before that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, look at shares of Nike this morning.
Exactly.
Absolutely rallying on one side of this so-called conversation.
We could actually go into a recession, and if we are in recession, it'll cost the country billions to get us out of it. This could have gone too far now. So everything now is hanging on what Jerome Powell says, to be quite honest.
And make life a little bit easier for all these companies.
Meantime, Mag 7 names are still in the red, losing more than $1.5 trillion in value.
If you've just tuned in, please tap the like button. We go live 12 hours a day. I aim to be the most honest, real channel on YouTube TV. I share everything. I discuss everything. I allow everyone to call in. I allow everything to happen here live. I'm not pumping and dumping anything. I only own the S&P 500. I might be a green card holder, but I am more passionate about investing in the United States than most Americans are. I keep buying when everyone else sells. I'm here every day. I didn't want to be in the studio today. Leah said, let's fly back to England and just sit on the river. I could do that, but I chose to be here with you. I want to be here with you. I want to go through this together. Please do support the channel. Tap the like button, share it out. There's 2,300 people watching, and consider subscribing. Yesterday, we reached 75,000 subscribers. I wanted to thank everyone who's followed me through my journey. 75,000 is 3/4 of Wembley Stadium. I feel like a rock star. I take it very, very seriously. I take every viewer seriously. I know, because I've traveled the world, that people are in pain today. Just because you're buying your Binky Bonk coin and thinking it's great, there's millions of people today who are suffering. Please do support me. I try to provide the best service possible for you. Okay.
Customer is
we're waiting for Jerome Powell to speak.
Report pointed to Google as a potential new customer. customer. So even its ability to serve mega caps and the AI
Are lower rates good? Not necessarily good, no. Emergency rate cuts are not what we want. It's been bullied in, it's been blasted in, it's not what we want at all, but we shall see what the reaction is. XRP just keeps on pumping over and over again, and the markets are still selling off. We're getting a bit of a rebound, but it's terrifying to watch. I've lost 40 grand now in 3 months' time. Real investing, real knowledge doesn't seem to matter anymore.
Scale down or
Stand
delay
by.
building. On the one hand, guys, AI spending, that could come down given
Jerome Powell,
investors the
just seconds
digestion
away.
phase that they were looking for, but it would be for all of the wrong reasons. By threatening massive data center projects, tariffs, they could also derail the AI boom itself and undermine a key goal of the Trump administration, guys. By the way, also, the Journal just reporting in terms of capital market uncertainty, Klarna delaying its IPO.
Yep, more consequences happening. Tough market to IPO in. Thank you, Deirdre.
Let's get to Steve Leisman this morning. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Carl. Fed Chair Jay Powell saying remarks that it is now clear the tariffs and their economic effects, quote, will be significantly larger than expected. He said tariff inflation, the impact of it could be only temporary. However, he goes on to say that it's possible that the tariff inflation effects could be more persistent. Higher tariffs are likely to raise inflation, quote, in coming quarters, so over a period of time. He then goes on to say, quote, our obligation is to keep longer-term inflation expectations
Stand by for Jerome Powell.
And to make certain that a one-time increase in the price level does not become an
XRP,
ongoing
be careful buying this pump.
problem.
It's very, very dangerous.
At least some hesitancy in raising
It's based
rates,
on nothing fundamentally
rates
right
in
now.
response to weakness. He says, though, it is too soon to say what the appropriate path of policy will be. Policy, he says, right now is well-positioned to deal with the risks and the uncertainties. And uncertainty, he says, is high. Downside risks have risen. However, the economy is still in a good place, a phrase he has used often. Incoming data shows solid growth, a labor market that's in balance. He says today's 4.2% unemployment
Everything
rate
was good.
is still low.
Everything
Surveys
was
report
good.
giving expectations and higher uncertainty, but he's closely watching this tension between hard and soft data. I believe he's sitting down now. But again, I think this is a somewhat perhaps hawkish view in terms of him saying he's going to make sure that short-term or temporary inflation from tariffs does not become in long-term expectations.
What's he going to do?
I don't know. I think it was very balanced.
He's not going to. He's not going to reduce the rates today.
He acknowledged, first of all, the big changes and the fact
Trump
that they
is
were worse
forcing him to cut rates by crashing the economy. He's not going to do it.
Tariffs,
and he's right not to do it.
Have to be really vigilant.
Trump cannot be allowed to bully his way through the economy.
I mean, yes, it wasn't him saying we're going to have to cut rates preemptively, like maybe some would be hoping for.
Stand by.
That would also be a little tough for him to do at this point.
Yeah, he can't do that, Sarah. But the key here is what you were expecting. Okay, so if you were expecting the Fed to act and act quickly, I will tell you that the May, for example, probability of a rate cut has gone down from 48 down to 42%.
Yeah.
Some decline in the idea of a first rate cut in June, which was up near 90. It's now still around there, but it's down just a little bit. The key here, to my mind,
if you could tap the like button, that'd be great, guys. Consider subscribing to my channel. I try to provide you the best, most honest service in the world. Live, I'm losing 40 grand here.
And I do want to start by thanking all of you for the work that you do, which is incredibly important, and we do appreciate that at the Fed. I'm sure that this room full of reporters does not lack for questions to ask, and before answering a few of those, I'll briefly summarize the outlook for the economy and monetary policy. At the Fed, we are squarely focused on achieving the dual mandate goals that Congress has given us of maximum employment and stable prices. While uncertainty is high and downside risks have risen, the economy is still in a good place.
Yes.
The incoming data shows solid growth, a labor market in balance, and inflation running much closer to, but still above, our 2% objective. After a couple of years of solid growth, many forecasters have anticipated somewhat slower growth this year. The initial reading for first quarter GDP will be released later this month. The limited hard data are consistent, though, with a slower but still solid growth outlook. At the same time, surveys of households and businesses report dimming expectations and higher uncertainty about the outlook. Survey respondents point to the effects of the new federal policies, especially related to trade. We are closely watching this tension between the hard and the soft data. As the new policies and their likely economic effects become clearer, we will have a better sense of their implications for the economy and for monetary policy. Looking across many indicators, the labor market appears to be broadly in balance and not a significant source of inflationary pressure. This morning's jobs report showed the unemployment rate at 4.2% in March, still in the low range where it has held since early last year. Over the first quarter, payrolls grew by an average of 150,000 jobs per month. The combination of low layoffs, moderating job growth, and slowing labor force growth has kept the unemployment rate broadly stable. Turning to the other leg of our dual mandate, inflation has declined sharply from its pandemic highs of mid-2022. It has done so without the kind of painful rise in unemployment that has often accompanied periods of tight monetary policy that are needed to reduce inflation. More recently, progress toward our 2% inflation objective has slowed. Total PCE prices rose 2.5% over the 12 months ending in February. Core PCE prices, which exclude the volatile food and energy categories, rose 2.8%. Looking ahead, higher tariffs will be working their way through our economy and are likely to raise inflation in coming quarters. Reflecting this, both survey and market-based measures of near-term inflation
If you could tap the like button, it would really help my channel. Thank you.
By most measures, longer-term inflation expectations, those beyond just the next few years, remain well anchored and consistent with our 2% inflation goal. We remain committed to returning inflation sustainably to our 2% objective. Turning to monetary policy, we face a highly uncertain outlook with elevated risks of both higher unemployment and higher inflation. The new administration is in the process of implementing substantial policy changes in 4 distinct areas: trade, immigration, fiscal policy, and regulation. Our monetary policy stance is well positioned to deal with the risks and uncertainties we face as we gain a better understanding of the policy changes and their likely effects on the economy. It is not our role to comment on those policies. Rather, we make an assessment of their likely effects, observe the behavior of the economy, and set monetary policy in a way that best achieves our dual mandate goals. We have stressed that it will be very difficult to assess the likely economic effects of higher tariffs until there is greater certainty about the details, such as what will be tariffed, at what level, and for what duration, and the extent of any retaliation from our trading partners. While uncertainty remains elevated, it is now becoming clear that tariff increases will be significantly larger than expected. And the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth. The size and duration of these effects remains uncertain. While tariffs are highly likely to generate at least a temporary rise in inflation, it's also possible that the effects could be more persistent. Avoiding that outcome would depend on keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored, on the size of the effects, and on how long it takes for them to pass through fully to prices. Our obligation is to keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored and to make certain that a one-time increase in the price level does not become an ongoing inflation problem. We'll continue to carefully monitor the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. We're well positioned to wait for greater clarity before considering any adjustments to our policy stance. It is too soon to say what will be the appropriate path for monetary policy. We understand the benefits of a solid economy where workers can find jobs and inflation is low and predictable. We also understand that elevated levels of unemployment or inflation can be damaging and painful for communities, families, and businesses. That is why we at the Fed will continue to do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Okay, if everyone could tap the like button, it'd be amazing. It would really help share this out to more people. And if you could consider subscribing, I'm here for all the pain, all the time. Please be respectful. We're going to go members only now to give everyone the chance to ask questions.
Thank you for your time. He's got it. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time to speak with this group of business journalists. Also like to give a special thanks to Heather Long with the Washington Post, who helped make this event possible. So for starters, sir, how's your week been?
Just fine, thank you.
Care to elaborate?
So far, so good.
Chair Powell, yes.
I'm going to share all members' comments on the screen.
You were talking about the
if you want to become a member, there is a link. You need to be on an iOS device, desktop version. We provide free training, many live supporting videos, and many perks.
This week, when asked about the market volatility we've been seeing, said the volatility was, quote, to be expected. This is a patient that was very sick. We inherited a terrible economy. A lot of voters
I'm sharing all members' comments on the screen as long as they are respectful.
I'm wondering how you would respond to that assessment and the disconnect between the story of the data and the way a lot of people are feeling about the economy.
Sure. So let me just be clear at the start. I make it a practice not to respond to any elected officials' comments. So I don't want to be seen to be doing that. It's just not appropriate for me. But the situation, I think, is this, and people, when they're surveyed, they are unhappy about the economy. That seems to largely reflect the increase in the price level that happened when inflation was high, 2021, 22, and 23, largely. Inflation is now back down to much more normal levels. Unemployment is low. The economy has been growing, but people are still experiencing that high price level. In other words, prices don't go down. They know they're paying much more for the basic necessities of life. And they're right that they are, and they're not happy about it, and they're right not to be happy about it. So I think that accounts for the negative sentiment. Of course, we're looking at inflation, which is the change in prices, and we're seeing that that has come down quite a bit, and that, unemployment is actually low. It's sort of very close to measures of maximum employment, and the economy's growing. So all those statistics are good, but the price increases of the past few years are weighing on people's budgets.
So I'm from Milwaukee, and I've been talking to business leaders, executives, and consumers in our community, in our region, for the last few weeks, mostly before this week's news.
I want to thank all my moderators for doing a fantastic job. We are investors here. We don't need idiots ranting and raving, talking nonsense. You can call in as well at the end of this, live phone in.
What's your response?
So I guess I would say, let's start with the fact that the incoming data right through this morning's employment report, which admittedly is from roughly a month ago, the week of March 12th, they took the data in. It still shows us a solid economy.
If you do a super chat, it will read your comment out.
I understand the uncertainty that's weighing on people. You ask about a recession. We don't make a probability forecast of how likely it is for there to be a recession, but many outside forecasters do, and many of them have raised the likelihood, albeit from very low levels. It's not something that anybody now is forecasting, or some people are starting to. And so there's not much more I can say about that. I realize that the uncertainty is high, what we've learned is that the tariffs are higher than anticipated, higher than almost all forecasters predicted. We still don't know where that comes to rest, though, and we're just going to have to see that through.
At a congressional hearing last year, one of the U.S. representatives said that you were pretty boring, and you thanked him and said that you considered that a very high compliment. And in fact, I feel like it's one of the roles of the Federal Reserve, especially since the housing crisis, to be kind of a ballast, especially in the face of the volatility of the markets and the dramatics that we can experience with the economy. Very steady, no surprises, very reliable. In a moment like this, which also has a lot of drama and unpredictability, but it is not necessarily from an economic crisis, it's by design, it's political. How do you see your role in this moment?
So I think all of the values that you touched on are, in fact, the values that we try to live by. We're driven by, analysis and careful thought and discussion and debate and the merits of things. We try to stay as far as we can from the political process. We don't look at political cycles or things like that. And I think people expect that from us. They expect us to tell the truth, and that's what we're going to do. But at the same time, we don't want to be part of the broader political discussion about the wisdom of policies that are not assigned to us. We're not responsible for trade policy, immigration policy, fiscal policy. So we don't comment on those. Decisions are made by others, and what we do is we use our tools to try to achieve the goals that Congress assigned us, which is maximum employment, and price stability. So I like to think that over time we're a source of calm, rational analysis and also of stability. That's really what the business that we're in is, providing financial and macroeconomic stability to the public. That's really our purpose.
So how can businesses and individuals and the Fed make plans for the future when so much is being dictated by the actions of a single person?
Oof.
And do you see yourself as the consoler-in-chief on economic matters?
Oh dear, this will be a tough question.
Take a step back. What's happening is, as I mentioned, the new administration is making, significant policy changes in trade, immigration, fiscal policy, and regulation. And you're still just a couple of months into the administration.
I'm allowing general public now to comment for the next 5 minutes.
At a certain point,
and then we'll go back to members only. It's now open to everybody.
They're going to have on the economy, and
consider becoming a member.
Will decline. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty about where all that's going to sort out, the forms it will take, and what the economic effects will be. If you fast forward a year from now, the uncertainty should be much lower. The actual effects of the policies should then be pretty manifest and clear. So I think I understand why it just is highly uncertain, both what the policies will turn out to be, exactly what they'll turn out to be, and also what their effects will be in the near term. We just have to go through that process, and it is just kind of a manifestation of our election cycle.
Please tap the like button; it really helps.
A new administration coming in with new policies.
I mean, given all of the change happening and the fact that we are in a period where things have not settled in yet, and that the Federal Reserve and you as chair are very projection, data-driven, policy-driven, how do you handle a moment like now? I mean, can you tweak your plans and projections? Do you just do you have to reset them?
So, what we've had since in the last few months is, from the staff, has been a placeholder. Rather, they wouldn't call it a forecast because it's so uncertain. They call it a placeholder. And that's kind of how we've been thinking about it. So it's a good time to take a step back and let things clarify. That's why it's just too soon to say what the appropriate monetary policy response will be to these new policies. It is just too soon to say. We can't say with any confidence today. So that's what we're doing. We've taken a step back, and we're watching to see what the policies turn out to be and the ways in which they will affect the economy, and then we'll be able to act. Fortunately, our policy stance is in a good place for us to do that. We're probably moderately restrictive, let's say, so it's not really tight policy, but which is appropriate since inflation is a bit above target. So we think we're well positioned to address whatever may come. And in the meantime, I'd say we're waiting for greater clarity before we consider adjustments.
Business owners in Wisconsin have told me that they can't make their plans. They want to expand. They want to build a new facility. They want to hire or do whatever the future calls for. They say, we're trying to look around the corner. We're not even sure where the corner is, and we're not even sure what's around the corner. Sounds like they're in the same position as you are a little bit.
No, we hear the same thing. Of course, we have an incredible network.
Please tap the like button and consider subscribing to our family. I aim to provide the best, most honest service. 12 hours a day I'm live, here for everyone. Everyone gets a voice. Live phone at the end.
But again, it's a process. We're going through it, and I think we will know when we know what the policies are exactly and what their implications will be for the economy. That will all become clear, and I think that'll be a time when people can make decisions. In the meantime, though, I get it. We're hearing that a lot from people, and we are kind of in the same place, which is waiting for clarity about what our policy path should be.
It might be months away.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
As you're talking about placeholders right now and having something in the place when there's so much that we don't know, it does occur to me that this is not the first economic shock that you have steered the markets and the economy through. Obviously, there was COVID almost exactly 5 years ago. It seems similar in...
Oh, we have a technical glitch. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Stand by. Stand by. I'll fix that. Just stay with me a second.
There was COVID. There was also then, in the response to COVID, then there was high inflation. and then there was soft landing, and then and now we have new administration and changes in policies, and every situation, it kind of rhymes, but it's not exactly the same thing. And so in this situation, what we face is what I mentioned in my remarks is you actually have risks for higher unemployment and higher inflation, and that's difficult for a central bank because our tools, which consist of interest rates, either slow down or speed up the economy over time. And higher unemployment would call for speeding up the economy, and higher inflation would call for slowing it down. So you could be in a situation, if we find ourselves in that situation, we look at how far each of the two variables is from its goal, and we ask ourselves, how long would it take to get back? And we weigh those things and make a decision about what to do. But there's no question that's a different situation, very difficult situation. When we faced high inflation, it was painful for the country.
I'm so pleased what Jerome Powell is doing. I'll explain at the end of this.
We needed to raise rates quite a bit.
What's happening with rate cuts? Stand by plus live phone in.
It was very clear the direction that we needed to take with force, and we did.
It's almost a situation potentially where the dual mandate is at odds with itself.
The two goals are, as we say, in tension, or they may be. I'd say that's not what we're seeing right now, but it's the effects at the margin right now would be for higher inflation and perhaps higher unemployment, but that's a marginal effect. I would say you're not in a situation like we were in the 1970s where the two goals were really both pulling in opposite directions and required. It's just very hard for a central bank to be the answer to a situation like that. But that's not the situation we're really in today.
One of the questions from the audience that we had is, if unemployment takes off and inflation takes off, which lever do you go for? Which lever what do you do?
So we actually have we have a document called our consensus statement, or the longer version is Statement on Longer Run Goals and Monetary Policy Strategy. And the sixth paragraph of that actually contemplates
doesn't get much worse than that.
And what it says is,
that's where we were in the Great Depression.
Each variable is from its
Congratulations,
goal,
whoever caused
think about
this.
How long it would take for each to get back. So in a way, it's an equation. You're comparing two quantities which each have two variables. And then you say, you look at that and you think, what do we need to do? And typically this doesn't happen very often, but if one of them is further away, then you would focus on that one. In the case of high inflation, they actually both pointed in the same direction. The labor market was overheated and inflation was very high. So both of those called for tight monetary policy. This could be different, but again, we're not actually facing that today.
I feel like there's another tension inherent in your job, which is that you're looking at the macro economy, at the global economy, really, and the U.S. places in it, but also the data you're looking at is very profoundly human, as Jim has been pointing out. Jobs, I think, and prices are probably the two most human pieces of data, and certainly in our day-to-day experience, probably the things that loom the largest. How do you reconcile those two things when you're looking at the data?
Thank you, everyone who subscribed to the channel.
And knowing that the data represents a lot
Thank
of
you very
lives
much.
and
Appreciate you a lot.
Egg prices and things like that.
So I think at the Fed, we always keep a focus on the people that we serve, and we know and are very conscious daily that the things that we do have a real effect on people's lives. We know that, and it really does focus the mind. And I think if you talk to people at the Fed, there's a very strong commitment to serving the public as well as we possibly can. Economic events are just very, very unpredictable at times, and there are shocks that you can't see coming. But nonetheless, our job is to, whatever happens, use our tools to bring the economy back to stability, back to price stability, back to maximum employment. And that's what we do. But you're right. We try to keep everybody in the room with us when we're thinking about what to do.
So, in response to the last round of tariffs, Harley Davidson,
if you do a super chat, it will read it out on the screen. Thank you.
To Thailand. Now the company might be whipsawed again by the new tariffs. It could be really devastating for sales, for employment, for the future of that company. But a lot of companies are in that same position. And what do you say to companies like Harley Davidson and their workers?
So it just isn't, I really want to stick to our knitting. I mean, we have this great thing called our independence of monetary policy.
Thank you, new subscriber,
and that's critical for us
Akingula.
to be able to do our job. But for us to keep that independence, we need to not succumb to the temptation to want to be a player on issues that are not assigned to us. And trade policy is one of those. There are many, many issues that people love to try to pull us in on, almost every issue, really. And we just need to stick to our knitting, not get pulled into those things. And so trade policy is a classic one. Energy policy is another. Climate change, many immigration is not really, although all of those things have economic implications, and it gets argued that way. But if we treated those as our job,
thank you,
the
Harili.
case for our
Thank you, all new
independence would
subscribers.
disappear. So I really can't comment on. I mean, we hear the same stories like that. But honestly, the policymakers who are charged with that, they're probably hearing the same stories too, and they're reaching a judgment about what's in the best interest of the country in the long run. That's what they are doing, I guess, and that's so it's not for us to comment on that.
What happens inside the Fed at a moment like right now, when there's so much change and quite a bit of uncertainty? When you're watching things unfold, what does that look like, practically speaking? What are people doing inside the building?
So I'm very proud to work with the people I work with. I can tell you that in times like this, or times like the pandemic, where the global financial markets were shutting down, the global economy was shutting down, people
Please
step
thank
forward and
my
they say,
members
"We've got this."
for donating memberships. They're paying for your memberships. Please thank them. You get many perks. Thank you.
35 years of experience with crises, and they step forward and it's just incredible what they can do and how good they are. It's a great honor to work with them. So right now isn't that situation. We have the situation we have. So our trade people and our inflation people and our macroeconomists are all working hard to kind of digest the news of this week and try to filter that into the forecast.
Our members
that they'll make.
are donating
And
memberships. They're paying
policymakers
for
are
it.
doing
Please
very
thank
much
them.
the same thing, and we're reading
They're
everything
hardworking
we can
investors.
about what's
Thank
happening
you.
and lots of outside analysis too. We don't have an FOMC meeting until May 6 and 7. So that's really a process that lasts several weeks, and we're not quite at that stage yet. But we're kind of thinking ahead to that and working through all of that. I will say though, it feels like we don't need to be in a hurry. It feels like we have time to. Yes. It feels like we don't. No, I mean it's like I said. You have inflation is going to be moving up and growth is going to be
Lots
slowing.
of new members, thank
but
you.
It isn't really. To me, it's not clear at this time what the appropriate path for monetary policy will be, and we're going to need to wait and see how this plays out before we can start to make those adjustments.
Question from the audience. One of our SABU members is: are you in contact with other central bankers in other countries at a time like this?
Yes, pretty frequently. Absolutely. I mean, and the same was true during the other crises I've been through. Not only that, though, we do meet very regularly. The IMF World Bank meetings here in Washington twice a year.
Stand by.
We go to Basel multiple times a year to meet. That's all central bankers. And there are also G20 meetings, G7 meetings where the central bankers are there. So we're kind of regularly meeting and talking. And when we're not doing that, we're also texting each other. And
Is there a group chat?
I'm not at liberty to say. No.
Good answer.
No, there's not.
And have you talked to those central bankers this week?
Recently, yeah, I didn't want to get too specific about this, but yes, I have.
What's their sentiment? Can you characterize that?
I'd rather, again, I don't comment on what my international colleagues say, or it's not appropriate. But we're talking about events, we're talking about the implications for the economy. We're discussing what we're hearing from markets and from business people and for from the elected governments too. It's all the things you would expect us to be talking about on a regular basis. It's one of the best things about.
Thank you, everyone who's liked the video.
This role
that really helps the channel. Thank you so much.
We're all non-political, so we think about things in quite similar ways, and they're real bonds. We're not lobbying each other ever on policy. That's just not a thing, because we do our policy here, they do their policy there, But we develop really, really good relationships and bonds with them, and it's one of the real pleasures.
Live phoning
and
coming up. I'll answer all your questions.
This just not
Stand
only
by.
with the great people at the Fed, but also with the leaders around the world.
I mean, it's interesting because it is a job of enormous responsibility and power, but it's also a job. Is it? I mean, how would you characterize the job of Fed chair? Like, how is it as a job?
Honestly, that's what it is. I really feel just like another person doing that job.
Really?
Yeah.
You just like...
That's how it is. I'm doing a job. I have a job to do. I actually really like
Thank
the
you,
job.
new members.
I like it a lot. I enjoy it. It can be stressful at times. Nonetheless, incredibly interesting, great people.
I'll provide
to
all
work
the
with,
services
really
at the end. Stand by.
What more could you want? But that's what it is. And, again, I'm blessed by working with great colleagues who are really committed to getting it right. I mean, fully appreciate how important it is that we get it right, and do everything we possibly can to bring the best thinking, the best analysis, and debate things, over and over until we feel like we're in the right place. At the same time, there is no certainty in this. You can be wrong because the economy can zig when you thought it was going to zag.
So your term as Fed chair ends about a year from now.
Thank you, all these new members. I'll give you all your perks at the end. Stand by.
I fully intend to serve all of my term.
Excellent. I mean, as we're getting close to wrapping up, I did want to ask something a little bit out of the box. I think because you do have a position of such great responsibility, people are very curious about you, and I think people tend to read
Samuel
into
Redner
everything
donated $5 to a super chat. Martin, as bleak as things look, your dedication is greatly appreciated.
For every word.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
did want to ask
that.
about one thing that
Thank
I
you
wondered
so
about
much.
for years, which is your tie. You always seem to wear a purple tie, and every time I think I've seen you, you've worn a purple tie, and I'm wondering if there's significance to that.
Well, at the beginning, the only significance was that I like purple ties.
Okay.
But I will say, so then the next press conference, I reach for a blue tie or a red tie, and I go, maybe not, And so I wind up wearing purple ties. And then it becomes a thing, and now I definitely wear purple ties all the time.
Okay.
But I felt like, it just felt a little awkward to be wearing one that was identified. We are strictly non-political. I can't stress that enough. We are not, it's not that we're bipartisan. We are non-political. We don't do that. And so purple was a good color for that. That's all. Plus, I like purple ties.
So do I.
Sorry, I didn't give you a purple guitar pick. I have one other Milwaukee question that I overlooked here, but in Milwaukee and other parts of the country, the housing market is out of whack. In our market alone in southeastern Wisconsin, there's 5,000, the market's out of whack by like 5,000 houses that need to be on the market for it to have equilibrium. And a report this week said tariffs could tack on some $6,000 to the cost of building a new home. How long are people going to sit on their cheap mortgages from COVID? Thank you very much. And before they move on, before the market frees up.
So you have several things there. The first is we just haven't built enough housing, and we haven't kept up with the demand for housing. So there's an underlying shortage. Before the pandemic, there was a real housing shortage. And by the way, that's happening in many comparable democracies around the world. The second thing is, lock-in, as you say. There were very, very low mortgage rates during COVID, and people are kind of locked in. It would be very expensive to move, and that'll of course wear off over time. And you also mentioned, the costs of materials that might be imported, lumber and nails and things like that. And yeah, and also labor, a lot of labor from in the home building business has been traditionally immigrant labor. So yeah, the sort of new build market, it may face some cost pressures as well. That may very well be the case. That's what we're hearing from home builders, for example, both on the labor side and on the materials side. But even once these short-term things happen, we're still going to have not enough houses. And so it's all, I think for a long time, we're still going to see upward pressure on housing prices, maybe until population growth slows or until we catch up.
You mentioned that we're kind of in a period of waiting right now to see how policy ripples out through the economy. How long do you expect that to take? How long do you expect these big policy changes to show up in our day-to-day lives, in prices and supplies and things like that?
I mean, for a while, we didn't know what was coming on April 2. Now we know what came on April 2. We don't know. There's a lot more to be said about how all that shakes out. But we've come through that, and I think you now know that the tariffs are larger than people were generally expecting. That much you know now at this point. And you'll know more as you start to see the effects on the economy. So, as the months go by, it's hard to say exactly when you'll know. But clearly that learning process is ongoing. We're just seeing that these are new policies, not just the tariff policies, but
stand by to the end.
Well.
Live phone-in information
important fiscal
and a special event
coming up fairly soon. And there'll be regulatory changes, significant regulatory changes. You have to really look at all of that to see what the overall effect will be. So I can't give you a date, but all of that is now kind of coming into place at sort of the speed you would expect policy changes to be, and then we'll begin to see the real economic effects as the year goes on. But again, I can't give you a really specific date.
Is the fiscal legislation the tax cuts?
Well, yes. I mean, I know they're contemplating, and we don't comment on fiscal policy, but what I read is that they're contemplating, making the
Lee Ramsey just donated 10 memberships. Please thank our members who are buying guests here memberships. Very, very kind. Please thank them. It's their hard-earned money.
That's what I was talking about. Yes.
So I have a question from a friend in Milwaukee who said she has clients that have deals ready to go, businesses that are ready to launch from their garage to a private equity deal, and they're just stuck in their garage right now. How long do you think, what do you think the impact of the uncertainty these days will have on the private equity deals?
So again, we're hearing a lot of that. People they're just kind of waiting for clarity. So, and I can't tell you when that will pass, but ultimately it will pass. We know that at a certain point we'll know enough to know what the uncertainty will decline, and we'll be able to see with real clarity what the policies are and what their effects are. So, you're right. We hear the same thing from businesses and from people that they're kind of waiting and seeing. There's a lot of waiting and seeing going on, including by us.
Live phone-in is at the end of this. If you want to call in,
of elevated uncertainty,
let me know in the chat you're calling in, and I can bring you on the show.
Watching right now. I mean, very famously,
But you have to be a member and let me know in the chat. Thank you.
Obviously, the CPI and things like that. But are there any economic indicators in this moment, in these circumstances, that you are watching, focused on?
Sure.
Interested in?
So the basic two big data pools are the data around prices and around employment. And we get in the employment area, we get just really that's an area where we actually get pretty good data. Although the survey response rates have been lower, nonetheless, we get a lot of different data. And it's not just unemployment, it's participation, it's by age group and things like that. It's wages, it's many, many different things.
Live phone in at the end of this. Let me know in the chat you're calling in.
All the job creation, quits, openings, all those things. So that's one thing. On inflation, we target PCE, personal consumption expenditure inflation, not CPI. And the two are broadly, they move they move together, but 25 years ago, the Fed switched to PCE. The public looks at CPI. It's kind of a little bit of a thing, but because we think, it's really just a better way to capture the inflation, the cost pressures that households and businesses feel. We think it's a better measure, and that's what we look at. But they're not that different. I mean, they look at different measures. Ultimately, they're pretty close together. Those things. On growth, you look at what's happening.
Thank you to all these new members. I'll give you all your perks in a couple of minutes. Stand by.
By consumer spending. So you look at how are consumer surveys, how are they feeling, how are they spending? Sometimes the surveys are very negative, but they keep spending. That's been happening really for a while. People spent right through the pandemic, and they spent right through this time of higher inflation. They kept spending, and forecasters kept thinking, like us, that consumption would slow down. But that's a really critical thing. After that, business investment is a big chunk, and you look at that, and that is also susceptible to sentiment. Businesses, if they don't know what to do, they're not going to do an acquisition, they're going to hold off on building a factory or a plant or hiring people and things like that. So we look at, I could go on for a long time, We look at a lot of data and we try to make sense. We also talk to people who are in the real economy. You know, I grew, my career was mostly in the private sector, talking to, you know, to people who ran businesses. And for me, the story doesn't come together until I actually hear from people who are in the economy doing things and what they're feeling and seeing, and then it sort of fits together better.
This is like via the Beige Book, or
just Beige Book. Thank you for mentioning the Beige Book, and I hope you read it.
I love the Beige Book.
See, that's great. Everyone should read the Beige Book. The Beige Book comes out sort of mid-FOMC cycle, and it's all the 12 reserve banks and all of their incredible context, what they're saying about what's going on in the economy. So if you want to know, you know, you can look at the national data, but if you want to know what's going on in regions and at different industries, you look at the Beige Book. So it's really a critical thing. And actually, the reserve bank system that we have is an enormous strength of the Federal Reserve System. We have these 12 reserve banks with their own, you know, economics departments and own participants on the FOMC. So that's a great thing to look at.
I'd like to ask you.
Daniel Campbell donated $2 through a super chat. Martyn, you're a legend. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Question for you, sir. American Beauty or Terrapin Station?
American Beauty.
Well, it's not even a pause.
Not even close.
That was
Ask me a
so
hard
fast.
Working
No,
Man's
that's my era. That's my era.
Working Man's Dead
Yes.
or Europe 72?
Oh, both. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
come
my
on.
era. We're in the same era here. So that's, for me, it's late 60s to mid 70s. So
Touch of Grey, what do you think?
It was their only hit, but it's a good song. Okay. Yeah.
Finally,
we're going to do this?
I feel like you're speaking another language.
There's a well-known Grateful Dead bootlegger who, with the, I believe the permission of the band,
Live phone in 2 minutes. Stand by.
who was put out.
I'll answer all your
So
questions.
What's your recommendation of those hundreds of?
I don't have any Dick's picks. Like I said,
Come on.
my real interest was late 60s to mid 70s.
Yeah.
And I saw him a bunch of times, and I know every note on every song from that era, but since then I've been busy, actually.
Well, we thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us here, and we appreciate your work.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
There we go. There is Jerome Powell. I'm now going to come to all the comments, all the questions, live phone in. So if you want to call in, the link is in the chat. You can call in. You can have your say. You can ask me anything. You can be on the show for a minute or be on the show for an hour. It's entirely up to you. There are 10 spots available. These are the 10 spots. When they're gone, they're gone. If you want to call in, you have to be a member. It's a members only perk. There are many, many perks that you get as a member. So you need to let me know you're calling in. So you go into the live chat on YouTube, tell me you're calling in, then I will go and have a look and to see if anyone's calling in and bring you onto the show. So let me know you're calling in, then I'll go and look in the chat and bring you onto the show. You can ask me anything you want. It's open to everyone other than it's a members. Now, we did have many people during that show become a member. Many people were given memberships from our members, our investors that make money here on the show, donated to you memberships. They paid for it. It's not free. So please, if you want to become a member, there's the membership link. If you are on an iOS device, iPhone or iPad, you will need to go on to a browser, desktop version, and you'll be able to become a member. You can't do it on an iOS device because of restrictions from Apple to Google, so you need to be on a browser. There's the link. For those of you that have just won memberships, there are many, many perks you get. First of all, if you want free stocks in Robinhood, there's Robinhood USA and there's Robinhood UK. If you are in the United States, you can click on that and get free stocks. I get free stocks and you get free stocks. In the UK, I've also got a UK account. If you click on that, you will get free stocks. I get free stocks. So there you go. If you're on the UK, I've given you the US and the UK link. Now, if you are a member, you can access free training. We don't charge for it. In fact, our membership gets cheaper every year because they never increase it, and it's always stays the same. Even with inflation, our membership gets cheaper and cheaper every year. That's my promise to you. Here is Discord. Now, once you've got a 1 month badge, so for people that join today, you have to wait until you've renewed it after 1 month. There's the Discord link. You can talk to Sensei, our technical chart analyst, who will do technical charts for you, free charts for you, whatever you like. And you are, Is Alex calling in? Right, Alex is calling in. I've just noticed in the chat. Let me put Alex in guest spot number 1. I'll come to Alex in a moment. Okay, there's 9 spots left. Okay, now if you wait for 1 month, once you upgrade your, renew your account, you can come back here in the chat on an upgrade day and give me your Discord username and I will upgrade you so you can talk to Sensei about all the charts. He'll do charts for you. And we also provide free scalp training from Ed Nevius, who's paid thousands of dollars, who's very successful in scalp training, scalp trading. He teaches you for free. Okay, it's one-on-one service. Now, if you don't want to become a YouTube member, but you'd like priority service and you want it right now, premium service, you click on the Discord link and you can become a premium member. It's only a couple of bucks. We do it for a couple of bucks because we want to help as many people as possible. And there you got priority. Now, if you're a Discord premium member, you're supporting Discord premium and I reply to all of your comments. I only do that to premium members and you get priority service, priority requests and things you want. Now, if you are a member of the channel now, you get members-only live streams, members-only videos. All my CEO interviews are all members only. I interview CEOs all the time, live on the show.
Eclipse Pause has become a member.
Eclipse Pause, thank you very much indeed. You can also get a free song request in tonight's show. We do that for all our members. For those of you who don't know, I was voted as by Elton John as the World Piano Man. And tonight in our pub, you can call in, be live on the show and have a free song request. If you are a member, I can do stock reviews for you for just $5 super chat. That's all it costs, $5. Non-members, you can't even have the service. Next week, we go back into earnings season. I can do 4 live earnings a day on this channel and the extra channel, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. If you are a member, I can do that for you. Full analysis, full reviews, live earnings, all of it. The purpose of my channel is not to sell videos. I'm the World Piano Man. I'm not a YouTuber. I simply broadcast on YouTube and my members bought me this chair. See this chair here? This is the chair that they bought for me and they called me the chairman of YouTube. This is my logo, M and L, England and the United Kingdom, because of my wife, Leah, who's American, all right? And that's where I'm based here in Texas. So I'm not here to sell videos. I'm here to provide a service, help people. I'm live 12 hours a day, all day, every day, no matter up, down. And right now I'm losing a fortune by investing solely in the S&P. I do that so you know I don't pump and dump anything. I'm honest. It's real. I only invest in the American economy. I'm all in. I simply buy on macro dips. That's what this show is all about. We're here to answer everyone's questions, support you, and so on and so forth. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our live comments and have a live phone in. So we've already got guest number 1 joined in. There is Alex. Thank you, Alex. You all right, mate?
Everything is well.
Good
Martyn,
stuff.
how are you?
I'm all right. I'll come back to you in a second. I can see you've got the love video on the screen tonight. There it is. We'll be live in a few hours' time. There's no closing bell this afternoon. We're going to be live in the pub drinking beer. My God, I'm going to drink some beer tonight. I tell you that. I'm going to get a really big steak and a really big pint of beer.
Jerry and Elba donated $5 through a super chat. God bless you. You're also a healer in music.
Now, that is actually true. A few weeks ago, Jerry and Elba's husband was in a coma and we did our live concert. And during the concert, he squeezed his wife's hand. And a week or so later, he actually woke up because of the concert and the music and all the love from the Lucasades. That's a real thing. That's not a joke. That really happened. So again, we're here for you. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is that concert is coming up shortly. So what I'm going to do is give everyone the link after this. We're going to, after the live phone in, after I've answered everyone's question, I'm not going to do a closing bell because I'm absolutely bloody exhausted. Here is the event for tonight. So this is the music show. In the chat, the first people there will get a request. If you look over here, this is that we call it the love event. Live in 4 hours time. We're going to do a live event tonight. This is it. The link is here. It's a separate channel, separate subscription. We don't have members. There's no ads. I do the whole show for free. There's no ads put on it at all. You just have fun and join in with our live show. We have the XRP song, we also have the Virgin Galactic song and many other things as well. Right, let me now go to your questions. Now, because I can't answer everybody's question, there are 30,000 people who have tuned into this show. Look at this. Today's show, 30,990 people. Clearly, I can't answer everyone's question. That would be impossible. Did we get any subscribers? Well, we were 75,000 yesterday. We are now at 75,469, 499, 529, 559, 589, 75,595, 75,600, 75,605.
Beer emoji, beer emoji. Beer emoji.
I can't believe it. Thank you so much indeed from Norway for your super chat. Happy Friday. Look at this. 75,617, 619. We were at 75,000 yesterday. This is incredible stuff. Thank you so much for your support. I take it seriously. I treasure every member. You are real people and I'm here for you. Wow. 75,621. Right. Now we're going to go to live comments, live questions, live phone in. I'm going to answer everyone. So let me switch to members only so I can do that. Now, many of you won memberships today. Please do thank the members that bought them for you. They're not free. Okay, so let me go to members only. I think I've done that. Yes, we are now members only mode. So now please repeat your question. If you'd like to be in the concert tonight, I'll give you the link again. There is the link. Oh, we got subscribers to the music channel. Thank you so much indeed. It's a live concert in just a few hours' time from now. I hope you'll join me for that. I do 14 voices, 7 different languages. 7 different languages, 14 voices, and 650 songs. So there you go. That's tonight's concert. We might have to have a slight change, actually, from the original planned Frank Sinatra concert. It might need to be something different tonight due to circumstances changing. But anyway, I'll update about that later on. So if you'd like to click subscribe to my music channel, please do. There is the link. We try to raise money for charity as well. So please do help us do that. We try to raise millions of dollars for charity. So there's no ad revenue. It's all for you. I do a free concert. Right. Let me go to your questions. I will then bring in our live phone in. Now, if you want to call in, you need to be a member and you need to tell me you're calling in. I don't pick up the phone unless you tell me you're calling in. So let me now go to members' comments. So first of all, I'm going to react to what we just heard. Jerome Powell, spot on. Spot on. We're going to get rate cuts in June. We're not going to get rate cuts today. He could have done that. He chose not to. I'm so glad he didn't do a Paul Volcker. He didn't react to the bullying of Trump. He didn't say, I'm going to just reduce rates today because of the pressure. The economy is strong because the moment he reduced rates, of course, I'm sure Trump's annoyed by that, but the moment he reduced rates, then Trump would tweet and say, I've taken away the tariffs, and it would send the whole economy into chaos. He's done the right thing. It's horrible. I know everyone hates it. I hate it more than anyone because I've been buying the American economy and I'm down $40,000 in 3 months. There you go. It's hitting 40 grand right now. Look at that. $40,000 since Trump came in. That's what I paid for my first home. This is no joke for me. I'm fully invested in all cash. I'm fully in my margin. I'm buying the American economy when everybody else who says they're bullish is selling everything. I'm all in. It's a bizarre day because XRP and crypto, Fart coin is up, Binky Bonk coin is up, but the greatest businesses in the world are down. Companies are going bankrupt around the world, and Jerome Powell said, no, I'm not going to bend. He did the right thing. Inflation has to be brought under control, which it is. If he'd reacted today, it would have gone the markets would have gone berserk. You think this was bad, it would have gone berserk. The markets are looking at this going, okay, Jerome Powell is in charge. The Fed is in charge. It's a good day. I know you don't like it. And remember, this show has always been about all of you and not me individually. Many people today are selling out of the American businesses, thinking of themselves. I've always said, if you had a room full of people and they had really long spoons and food on the table, they would all be starving. Why? Because they would try to feed themselves. And if they fed each other, they would all survive. And that's what life's about. People are greedy and selfish. They've sold the market. They've driven it down, and then they celebrate because it's great opportunity to buy. No, it's not about price action. It's about undervalue. I buy undervalue. I buy the market when it's undervalued, and that's why I've been buying. I'm very disappointed that nobody else believes that. Nobody else feels that way, and because of that, that's why. There you go. It's just gone through $40,000. There you go. That is my biggest loss ever. I mean, that's basically me losing my house right there. If you want to break it down, nothing I can do about it. Now I'm going to tell you what we heard from Jerome Powell was good. It was business as usual. It's good. And he'll bring rates down in June, which is when it's required, which is good. And I expect over the weekend, Donald Trump to be very busy doing deals around the world. And Monday, we see a reversal. Now, it might take a few more days because the deadline is the 10th of April. We are only the 4th. So on Monday will be the 7th. There'll be a few last days to go. So it could be even worse on Monday, Tuesday, but come the 10th, we'll all be going back up again. Now, that'll be great for people that bought the dip, but most people are wiped out. I can't do it. I've got no more money left. I wish I did.
Has donated £9.99 through a super chat. Just because you are here for us. Catch you in the evening.
Thank you, Vaz. I appreciate. I'll always be here. So that is my thoughts on what we've just heard. Now I'm going to go to the comments, and then I'm going to bring our guests in. If you want to call in, the link is in the chat. We're only going to be here for half an hour, and then I'm going to get ready for my concert tonight, and you're all welcome. I will give you the link there. You can all join me. I've got the 24-hour feed as well, 7 days a week, the extra channel. Here is the extra channel where we're live 24/7. What we actually do is we replay this show. Because people join us in 69 countries around the world, different times. They will tune in, but they want live chat. So rather than going off air and have nothing and just watch a video, I'm not about videos. I'm about being live all the time. So we replay today's live stream from this morning, and you can have live chat, talk to your fellow investors around the world. This is the live stream. Right now, you can see this is the live stream. We are covering we're covering the Rose Garden, and all my members phoned in. This was a live debate. Everyone called in, and that's what we did. So we're going to restream this morning's show, and this chat here is actually live conversation, live chat. People are here supporting each other. When I go off air, I will send you to the extra channel, and then from there, I will give you the link to tonight's show, which is the live concert. Hopefully, you'll join me. So, last questions, and then I'll go to live feed. Sandra John, he showed strength. Yes, he did. What did I miss? Everything. Catch the replay on the extra channel, which will go live in a few minutes. Hi, Alex, said Lee Ramsey. Lots of love for Alex. People really appreciate what Alex does on the show. I think you all do. I want to call, but shy, like Ed. Don't worry about that. Just call in. Hello, Lee Ramsey. They seem very happy. They all made millions in shorting the market. I never short the market, never have and never will. Hello, what we got here?
Christ is King donated $4.99 through a super chat. A prophecy from the Holy Spirit. I've said this for weeks. We will see the biggest stock crash in history. America will do well long term. God bless. Latin cross emoji, red heart emoji.
Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate that. Every penny goes into running the live shows, and then I invest what's left, which is everything I got basically, into the American economy. Thank you for your support. I'm down 38% overall. I panicked a bit before, Jerome, so I trimmed a bit of my most risky positions. But then I realized I just have to stay calm and wait this off. I feel better now. I hope you do. I'm stressed beyond belief. I've got to be honest, dealing with this when this is my real money, 40 grand down, and I'm all in. I could lose everything. And I don't understand why everyone's selling the American economy to buy Binky Bonk coin. I don't understand it, but hopefully sense will come back. Jerome Powell did speak sense today. I'm afraid that Trump does stupid over the weekend, and it gets worse. That's what Joshi says. Everyone can comment here. Everyone has a voice. Stay strong and hold. Thank you, Swanganess from Norway. I know I'll see you tonight on the music show. I think I will eat leftovers. Start penny pinching. More. Awful what has happened today. Think I need some music tonight and try and cheer me up. We'll have live concert for you tonight, Kimberly. The world is on its bum because of, I've no idea, because of a round of applause. I don't really get that. More monkey business. There you go. I'm going off to sleep here in Australia. Good night to the amazing family here. You're a legend, Martyn. Good night to my new friend, Alex. Yeah, a lot of love to Alex. There, wonderful. That's very, very nice. Jay Harrington. I believe Alex is going to move to Australia one day. So, Harrington, you need to keep in contact with Alex. You might be able to meet him up there in Australia. All right. Okay. Let me catch up. JP, good morning to you. Oh, JP, the world is on its bum. Oh, the world's on its bum because of Jerome Powell. Okay, I got to be honest. I don't agree with that. The Queen of self-braiding. I don't see how Jerome Powell. I mean, the inflation was coming down. GDP was up. Employment is good. We've had 2 years of the markets going up. Did he bring on the tariffs? I don't think so. Anyway, congratulations, Martyn. Dirk Douglas, thank you. Jay Harrington, have a great day, a night's sleep. You are happy you are a member. All right, if you are calling in, Simon's calling in, okay. Let me put Simon in spot number 9, Alex now in number 8. The spots are filling up. We'll go to that in a moment. The Queen of Self-Braiding, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Queen of Self-Braiding. 30,000 people. 32,000 people have watched this live stream. I cannot flipping believe it. 32,000 people. It's our second biggest audience of all time. I can't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. Anyway. Great time to buy the dip. A strong US economy is the precursor to a strong global economy. This shakeup is needed, a few steps back to make a big stride forward. I certainly hope you're right. That's why I'm buying and investing, not selling. Do you expect the S&P to reverse to the upside soon, Martyn? Yes, I do expect that to happen, but that won't happen, I don't think, until the 9th or 10th of April. See you all this evening in the pub. It's a bloody red day. It most certainly is. You're absolutely right there. God bless to you, Vaz. Thank you, Jerry and Elba. I'm nearly through all the comments. I have faith in my investment, the companies I invest in. It's not a crash. Will not last 14 days overreaction. It's not a crash, says Sebastian. It's not a crash. I'm sorry, but it is. 10% is a correction. Over that, into 15%, we are crashing. To say this is not a crash, I'm sorry, but it is. It is a stock market crash. 14 days overreaction and panicking. It is an overreaction, and people are panicking, but it is a crash. Simon said he's calling in, but I keep losing him. Sorry, guys, had to step out for 5 minutes. Okay, amen, says Jerry and Elba. Let's go VU to 400. No, that would not be good at all. If you're waiting for it to go to 0, what do you want? The America to go bankrupt and then you'll buy it? What do you own then? A bankrupt country. Keep pumping the subs, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Please make new highs, Lee Ramsey. And, hang on a minute. Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, all right, be careful what I put on screen. Sorry, I can't call in. No problems at all. That's fine. All right. Okay, we're just about coming to the end of the show. We only have one guest now. We lost our other guest, so we're going to go for a quick call from to Alex. If anybody else wants to call in, you've got 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to just wrap up with Alex. I need to go and have a break. I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning, and I'm absolutely exhausted. Let me delete that a minute, remove that. Let me give everyone the event for tonight. Put this in the chat. live party tonight at 4 p.m. Central Time. Let me put that in there. Okay. I'll give you the link again. If you want to click on it now and make a song request, you can also go there and click reminder. That's the event. Let me end the poll. Are you in or out? 70, my God, 5,133 votes. End the poll. 73% said I'm all in. So most people are with me. You are investing in. I'm not surprised by that. Our audience, our members, our investors, they are investors and they recognize these dips.
Lee Ramsey donated £5 through a super chat. Pleased to be in a position to give 20 memberships today, brother. Let's keep it real and true. 20.
Thank you very, very much indeed. I can't believe that. That's lovely. Thank you for the tip today. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Even if you've only donated to support the channel, 99 cents today. In fact, think about this for a minute. 30,000 people tuned in today. If everyone gave a $1 tip, I could decimate my margin. Just think of it. Just think of it. And I'd put it all in the S&P. So there you go. If everybody wants to help the American economy and wants me to wipe out my margin, or at least go towards it, all right, a 99 cents tip. If everyone did that, there's 30,000 people tuned in today. I would buy the US economy. It would obviously pump because of me. If I put 30 grand in the S&P, it's bound to pump. But what a good feeling it would be. Don't you agree, Alex? It would be a good thing. It'd be a nice thing, wouldn't it?
Totally agree. It would remove all the stress that you have.
For 99 cents. Go on, everybody. 30,000 people. Imagine that. Imagine if 30,000 people did it. $30,000. I'd go, that's it. I'm done. I'm happy.
Trump do what he does.
What?
Vaz donated 79 pence through a super chat.
Thank you, Vaz.
There you go.
That's the first one. Right, 29,999 to go. Oh, dear, oh God, I'm so exhausted. Right, so let me, I've given everyone the link for tonight's party. We've already got people waiting. It's going to be a massive event. This is the show tonight. We're going to get drunk. And after this, I'm going to go out and have a big steak. I'm going to go and eat a big steak. Get yourself prepared, drink some beer. I'll be back at 4 p.m. Central for a live concert. Join me for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it go so it goes, this show goes directly to the extra channel where we're live first, and because we're going to be live there 24/7, right? And so let me just do a redirect to that. And then I'll give you the link from there to the concert tonight, unless you just want to click on the link at the top. But there, oops, hang on, I've done the wrong one. Let me do that again. Customization, redirect there to, there you go. That'll be a restream of this morning's show when we were on the urge of craziness.
Matthias donated 25 Norwegian kroner through a super chat.
Thank you.
Second one.
There we go. There's two. 9,998 to go. Let me just move the super chats out of the way because I've got, oops, I don't want to do that. There you go. Oops, I don't know if I can move the bloody thing. It's going to pop up in a, oh, sorry about that. Alex. Oh.
It's all right.
Johnny GMX donated 2 Swiss francs through a super chat.
Wow.
God bless the world. Pray for peace.
Thank you.
Much love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All of this will make a huge difference. Let me wrap this up quickly because poor old Alex, I think he's going to be bombarded now by super chat. So Alex, give me your final thoughts, Alex. Tell everybody what we're going to get tonight in the extra chat, in the music channel. Go for it, mate.
Right. So this is what you guys expecting.
Maron Yonchef donated 2 Swiss francs through a super chat.
Be quick, Alex.
Should we just put I don't know, like a window or something for the comments?
What do you mean?
Just to make it special, like how I have like around my picture.
What do you mean how you have around your picture?
Like when you call in, the windows.
Yeah.
There you go. the blue badge.
Kazansky66 donated £1
What, you want like a
through
little,
super chat.
you want a bar around the super chats?
Yeah, just as an appreciation for, you know.
Well, it's playing it on the screen and reading it out. What's wrong with that? Listen, look, you just tell people what they're going to get tonight because your fate is going to be covered by super chats now. Stop it. Come on, get on with it.
Right, this is what you guys are expecting. The love event starts in 4 hours from now.
Zach
I told you to get on with it.
Through a
You
super
see, you're
chat.
not listening to me.
Don't forget to play the USA anthem.
All right, I'll do it. Alex, quick, finish up.
Right, so you can call, guys. You can make in order to call into the live show, you need to pay $3.99, if I'm not mistaken. You can request as well your song for tonight's event. So you got your entry and the song.
The Queen of Self-Braiding donated
Alex,
$1.99.
You're making a rubbish
super
job
chat.
of this, mate. You're not quick enough. Don't forget you don't have to tell people they got to pay. It's for free. They can watch it for free. They haven't got to phone in. It's a free show. There's no ads. Why are you focusing on you got to pay free? I know what you're trying to do, Alex. I appreciate it. Just tell people they can tune in for a free show. Say it. You got 30 seconds.
Right, this is for the memberships. Now for the other guys, you can join in for free. You can request any song you want.
Bella Capri has become a member.
You can hear your favorite music ever and you can get drunk. That's it.
That's it. Alex, you're a star. Thank you so much indeed. I'll see you later on the concert tonight. Brilliant.
No worries, Martin. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that wasn't your best performance. I'm going to say that wasn't your best.
I'm saving the other one.
You're saving it for later. That's all right
Has
then.
donated
Brilliant. Alex, bless him. Brilliant.
Through a super chat. If you don't want to see Alex, keep sending super chats. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Indeed.
Just joking, Alex.
Yeah. Well, the markets are collapsing as we speak. I'm closing the phone line. The phone line is now closed for tonight. There's a live concert in a few hours' time. This is what we're going to do. I've had a request to play the national anthem of the United States. Okay, I'll do that just to give everyone some support, right? This is what we're going to do.
Chris Botics donated £1 through a super chat.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is what we're going to do, right? We're going to end the stream now. We're going to send you to the extra channel where we're live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live chat. People are tuning in from around the world. Well, at the moment, we're replaying the Rose Garden. Okay, at the moment we're playing the Rose Garden, but in a few moments' time we're going to replay this morning's show with all the drama and all the crash. You can witness it all. But what's most important...
Savage Faith Creations donated $2 through a super chat. If it had its own box, it wouldn't cover his face.
If it had its own box, it wouldn't cover... If it had its own box, it wouldn't cover his face. Yeah, but the point is, that's where it needs to be, Stacey. If I put it in a box, it's still going to be over his face. There's nowhere else for it to go right now. Look, I'll try and work on that, Stacey. I'll try and fix it for later. All right, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it live on the show. You know what I'm saying? I've got a million things going on here, but I appreciate your support, Stacey. Thank you very much indeed. Right, so what we're going to do, the extra channel is going to be live now. Join us there, and then I will give you the link there for tonight's concert. Folks, here we go. Let's do Day Trader of the Day. You ready? It's a members benefit, a members perks, a competition we do. Put in the chat your position. I'm down 11. Sod it. I mean, why you mean bothering? 12%. I'm down 12%. It's a members only perk. Let's wrap this show up. Here we go. God knows where we're going to be on Monday. I have no idea. Tap the like button. Thank you for everyone that subscribed today. If you've not yet, tap the like button. Thank you. Put your position in. I'm going to roll the credits. All the stars of our show today, and there's lots. Here are the stars of our show today. So, new subscribers, here they come. Kyle, David, Justice, Varen, Sylvia, Iran, Mia, Robert, Alex, Black, Lil, Nizam, thank you. MU, Nick, Luke, Zaid, Reisky, Darrow, Mosped, Andre, Daniel, Renaud, JB, Mitful, Alina, Rio, Morcar, Carlos, Kai, Noel, God, Denny, Behead, Hohang, Jens, Mystery, Jocelyn, Delta, 170, Kevin, Norbert, Elbert, Goss, William, Fobo, Sabo, Samuel, Justin, Storage, William, Sambruka, Ruth, D, Santiri, Anjay, D, Y3, Quincy, John, Pat, Danny, YK, Mahid, MK, Ricky, Kids, Enrique, Alfonso, Alu, Risky, Anoma, Yajit, Giovanni, Antoine, Hemorski, Tate, Akin, Sophia, Born 2, Ashir, Hero, Yusuf, Ikin, Zishan, Jose, oh my God, Be Smart, Live Smart, VOT, Harano, Heather, Sky, Enrico, Charles, Nacho, these are all new subscribers today, Mickey, Enrico, LR, Daniel, Matthias, Daniel, Plow, and Thomas, new members, Donny B, Jess, William, Oin, C, OP, Brandon, Cowboy, Kieran, Cian, Pushrad, new members today, Anna, Dud, Field, Welsh, Alpha, Nenf, Chai, Troking, Joe, Azzy, Bella, Capri, Super Chats from Samuel, Daniel, Jerry, Swanganess, Matthias, Johnny, Marin, Kazansky, Zaxay, The Queen Cell Braiding, Chris Boddix, and Savage Faith Creations. They were the stars of our show today. Okay, who's going to win today? Cannot believe we're seeing this. Down 7.2, down 4.9, down 30% in total. Oh my God, down 7.34, up 0.22. Anointed Flowers, up or down, I don't know, down 5.69, 1.04, I don't know what V means, I don't know what V means, I can cook now, up 0.39, I think the winner is up 0.22, Traw is up 0.39, congratulations to you, Traw is our winner, thank you very much indeed. There you go. Shooby-doo-a-bomb. Okay, folks, that's time to go. I hope you all enjoyed it. We were just joined by 33,000 people today, our second biggest stream of all time. 33,342. I cannot believe it. Our subscribers are now...
Jerry and Elba donated $2 through a super chat. 100%,
I think. Is that what you meant? Right. 75,623, 627, 630. I can't believe it. Thanks to all of you. We were only at 75,000 yesterday. You never know what every day will bring. Let me wrap this up and I'll see you back in a short while. This is what we're going to do. Pinned to the top of the chat is the live party tonight at 4 p.m. Central. Tune in for that. We're going to have steak and beer and we're going to celebrate. I don't know what we're going to celebrate, but we're going to celebrate we're alive. There is the link for you. Please join me for that tonight. Okay? As this show comes to an end, it'll automatically take you not there. I will give you that link in the extra channel. It'll take you to the extra channel automatically. Here is the link. Now, the purpose of this is 24-hour feed, 7 days a week, live show. And I'm going to replay from this morning's stream and you can see all the drama, how it unfolded, and you can talk live. Now, you can talk to me live in the studio because I'll be in here having some lunch in the studio. You can talk to me live. The chat is live. All the members are live and our audiences from around the world will all be tuning in live to talk to you. So you can talk to them live and relive what happened this morning, but it will be live stream because you'll all be talking together. Okay. And in there, I'll give you the link and that show will end. As that show ends, it'll go automatically tonight to the party. We always end the extra channel when I'm streaming the party. So it'll take you from there to there. So if you're in there, you're basically waiting for the show tonight and you're watching the events of the day and you're having the live conversation. So please do click on the link I've just put in the chat, go over there now and join me live or automatically it'll take you there. Now you'll notice that everyone can watch, everyone can listen, but it's members only. It's 99 cents. It's not the same as this channel. It's a separate channel. So please subscribe to it separately. It's a separate channel. It's where we do all our extra earnings when we have 4 a day. We need 2 channels to do that. but it provides a 24-hour service and the link to the party tonight as well. But please do join us over there right now. And that's it from me. I'm exhausted. I am more bullish and more pro-America than anyone I've ever known. No one is bullish as me. I've put every penny I've got into it. I'm alive 12 hours a day. I've used all my margin. I cannot do any more. I thank you for it very much. I've never sold a single share. Lee Ramsey, in the last dying moments, has gifted 20 memberships. I cannot believe the love, the support, the generosity. Guys, even though I'm down 40 grand and it's painful, I will be here every single day, all day, every day. I'll see you back for the closing bell, the concert tonight. Please now join me on the extra channel. Look at all these new members. Thank you so much indeed, Lee Ramsey. Please thank Lee Ramsey for just donating 20. That was 20 memberships. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Many people now thanking Lee for that. Don't forget, once you've got a 1-month badge, I can upgrade you. Okay, even though I end the stream, the gifts will still come out. That's it from me. Thank you so much indeed. Join me now on the extra channel. We're going to relive this morning's show and you can chat live. And then from there, as that ends, it'll take you to the closing bell. It will take you to the concert tonight. Thank you very much indeed. I'll be back for the extra channel right now. The concert tonight at 4 p.m. Central. Sensei will be live doing all your charts, how you can trade this XRP and everything else on Sunday. And I'll be back Monday morning for the opening bell. God help us. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the 10th. Thank you very much indeed. I love you all. What a week this has been. I am bloody exhausted, but thank you ever so much, everyone, for all your support. I only wish I could get paid earlier than the 21st of April. Sadly, I can't, but I wish I could. That's it from me. Join me now on Extra. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.